Hey YouTube, this is Cody with Fish Tools, etc. And I got another house to work on. It's not that bad, so it shouldn't take too long. But the wax ring on the toilet is leaking a little bit, so I'm going to replace that, and I'm going to make a video of that so you know how to do it. Alright, thanks. So what you need to do is take the toilet out. To do that, sorry, it's not all the way clean yet. I just cleaned the toilet, but you need to disconnect this hose. I think it's already off. Turned off. I don't know how to turn it off. No, it's on. Okay. So this one you turn right, turn off. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay. And you need to drain all the water, because anything you don't get out of the tank is gonna spill out onto the floor when you pick this toilet up. So I got most of it out. Still gonna make a little bit of a mess, but not too bad. So all that, I'm going to get it in the tub as soon as possible once I got it disconnected. And you need to take this off, this hose, once you have the water turned off. A little bit of water stays in there, but that's enough. Okay. And then you need pliers. You don't need channel locks, but that's just what I grabbed. I need to get new ones actually. Don't really notice that until you make a video, but and you can also use sockets, but I didn't feel like grabbing my 150 piece socket set. That's all that's connecting the toilet to the ground. So you just gotta lift it up. I always put it in the tub and get it in the tub as quick as possible, because it's going to be draining water out the bottom. The reason I'm replacing this is because it had a slight leak here when there were flushes. Like when you flush the toilet, it had a slight leak. I was expecting this to be a regular wax ring, but this is actually, there's one even, yeah, that is a wax ring, or it's a better than wax ring. Obviously it's not the current model, and it didn't last that long, so I'm gonna replace it. I didn't realize I was gonna need, you're probably not gonna need a drill, but looks like I do. So for this, I got my drill. You just need to take these screws out. I mean, I've never seen a wax ring like this before, so you're probably not gonna have this one in your house. If you do, well, I'm showing you how to take it out. Damn, they put long screws in. Two long screws. Sometimes you'll have to replace, or at Home Depot they sell a flange repair kit. It's just a metal circle that you put over this and it'll fix it, but this flange looks fine. Although it's not installed correctly. These are supposed to be going this way so that you can screw the toilet in. And these, so what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to, let me open up the package. You're supposed to slide it in here, like put it in like that and then slide it in, but it looks like it broke, and that's why they did that. They just rotated it. So I've never installed it on these things before. Let me see if it can rotate in here. Yeah, I guess once you get in there it can't rotate, so that'll work. And I'm going to look at the instructions real quick because I've done this a couple times, but I just always look at the instructions just to make sure I don't make a mistake, and you guys can see it too, so you know the right way to do it. And first thing I noticed about this, other than it being rotated, was it's above the floor. So first thing on these instructions is to determine flange height. This one's above, so it says proceed to step 5A. Some of them will be even with or up to 1/4 inch below the floor, and some of them will be more than 1/4 inch below the floor. This wax ring works with all of them. So I'm going to 5A. So you don't need the spacer on this wax ring because it says remove spacer from seal. So I'll take that out. And so you want to put a plastic washer above these. The reason these can't rotate is because if they rotate and you're trying to tighten it, it'll just spin and the nut won't tighten. Oh, and these better than wax rings. I mean, it's all in the name. I love them. They're way better. The only reason I got this scraper, I brought this with me. This is my scraper that I always get dirty because these wax rings, they hold up for a while, but once they start to fail, you know, they're going to be leaking, and it's all going to be coming running. Everything that flushes through your toilet is going to be running onto the floor, so you don't want that to happen, and that's why these are very necessary. So this isn't wax, obviously. It's rubber, and rubber, I mean, I guess it deteriorates over time, but it's not wax. It's not gonna like just get worse and worse over time. Whenever there's a hole in this, it's gonna go all of a sudden. So, you know, you'll know there's a problem. It won't just, you know, get worse and worse over time. And I don't think, you know, this wax is pretty thick. It's like 1/8 of an inch thick. I don't think it's probably gonna take at least 50 years before this deteriorates. Anyways, so you gotta slide this over these bolts. Okay, so I cleaned off the floor. There's nothing there that's gonna get in the way of the toilet. Let me double check real quick because I didn't really clean off this wooden spot. Yeah, it's good. Okay, so this is the part that's going to cause the most problems for people probably, is just getting this toilet. First of all, making sure it's drained. Okay, that's how you drain it. as long as I don't tilt it back like that, no more water is going to come out. Okay, so you got to get these two holes over those two bolts. So you want them to be straight up, and it's really not that hard. Oh, it's just heavy toilet. This toilet's really heavy. Okay, I got it. Then this is how the toilet's going to be sitting. So you just want to make sure it's going the opposite way of the wall, perpendicular. That's the word I was thinking of. Okay, perpendicular with the wall. Tighter, unless that's the floor moving. You know what I didn't check? I didn't check if the flange was bolted on. Hopefully it is. I'll know in a second. If it's not, this thing's gonna rock no matter how tight I get these. I didn't check that because I don't know, I forgot to. My bad. Alright. So I'm just gonna put some screws in here to hold it down better. Not super tight because these screw heads aren't that much bigger than the holes in the flange itself. Whoops, I'm gonna go get another screw. Oh, I got one. This is one of these old screws. I'm gonna put one back out there. Okay, so now it's on there good. Okay, let's redo this. Then, so it's done. Well, you gotta plug this back in. This is gonna be super tight. Tight enough it's not gonna leak. Okay. There's a piece of Velcro. Now we have a functional toilet. It still needs cleaned off a little bit, but it's not gonna leak. Alright. Fishing tools. Or fish tools, etc. That's my name. yeah, I hope this video helped you. And I know there's a lot of videos out there about this, but this one showed everything.
Thank you for watching Fish Tools, etc. And have a nice day.